All right, so I want to talk to you guys about Manifest Destiny, about what it really is. Chapter 13 talks about our westward expansion and moving west, and the Oregon Trail, and Texas Revolution, and Alamo, and all these great things that happen in America. But we also need to talk about why it happened and the bad side to it. So, yes, it gave us America how it is, but what happened to the natives and the Mexicans and everyone else that we took land from? Manifest Destiny is basically saying we're American, we're white, we have the right to have ocean to ocean, all the land in the country. Nobody can stop us. It's ours. Doesn't matter if they were here first. And we're going to talk about how that kind of attitude is affecting us in our world today. So, some of the causes and effects of Manifest Destiny. So, we started with the 13 colonies. You guys know that. We expanded into Northwest Territories. We got Florida from Spain. We bought Louisiana Purchase. Texas revolted against Mexico and became their own country, and we annexed them in. We forced them to be part of the United States. The Bear Flag Revolt is part of Mexico seceded from them, so we took them in, and then we got more land here. So ocean to ocean, all right, we took it. Manifest Destiny, this is a very, very famous painting that I want you to look up. It should be in your book. And it's talking about this is God giving us the right, and we're keeping moving west and progressing west. It's what it is. The belief that the United States was designed by God to expand throughout the continent. It was our God-given right and our God-given duty to do what we wanted. So the expansion. We start here. This was the 13 colonies. It happened in 1776 from Great Britain. We declared independence. We had the Revolutionary War, and we fought, and we got the 13 colonies. Then we had the Northwestern Territories. This was the Treaty of Paris, which ended the Revolutionary War. 1783, we got the Western lands, Great Britain, Northwest Ordinance. Then we had the Louisiana Purchase in 1803 from France. Napoleon needed the money. We bought it for a ridiculous amount of $15 million. Jefferson wanted to buy New Orleans, so we had that port, and we got it all. We keep expanding west. Then we got this little blurb up here called the Red River Basin. Got it at the Convention of 1818, which settled the northern border of the Louisiana Purchase. Trying to agree on that. After that, we get Florida. I know you can't see it, it's behind my head. We got Florida from Spain in 1819. Adams-Onis Treaty, we paid $5 million to get Florida, and we gave up claims to Texas, which is funny because it comes back in. Spain gave up claim to Oregon. So we gave up here, they gave up there. And then we had the Texas annexation. The Republic of Texas was its own country. They fought a war against Mexico in 1836 and became free. We didn't want to anger Mexico's. They didn't want to anger Mexico. So basically, we ended up, John Tyler was the president. He pushed for annexation, and James K. Polk signed it, and we took over Texas. They needed help. They were worried Mexico was going to attack them again and force them to come back in. Then we got Oregon from Great Britain. It was claimed by Great Britain in the U.S. Convention of 1818. America's demanded 54 degrees, 40 minutes, or fight. Britain compromised and gave up 49 degrees. So it kind of gave us this nice flat line across the top. And then, of course, we have the Mexican cessation. This was all this California land. This land was full. Originally, it was old Spanish. There's still haciendas and ranches there. They were the rich old people in California. Trust me, westward expansion, Manifest Destiny leads to racism. And we'll talk about that in a second. Polk offers to buy the Mexican cessation from Mexico, and they refuse. So he starts a fight called the Bear Flag Revolt. U.S. wins American-Mexican War. We fight Mexico there. And in the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo, we pay $15 million for California and New Mexico and all this land here. And finally, we're going to talk about this little blip of land underneath it. This is the Gadsden Purchase in 1853. We purchased it from Mexico. We wanted to build a southern transcontinental railroad that ran through here. So we paid $10 million for this tiny piece of land so we could put in the railroad. And that's the Gadsden Purchase. Sets our boundaries. Why did we grow westward? Because we wanted land? gold, and we felt superior to Native Americans, Mexicans, British, everything. Our reason. We are better than everybody else, and we deserve it. The economic causes of the Manifest Destiny was cheap land. Everybody could farm for themselves. That's how all this land became available. It was there. People would go live on it, and eventually it became theirs because they were there and using it. Gave opportunities to start businesses. And then in California, in the Mexican American War, we have the gold rush of 1849. That's why the football team's called San Francisco 49ers. Many people went out west and made their fortunes in California. Some of the social causes of it, because it happened, this is a picture or an image of the Trail of Tears, or the Indian Relocation Act from our wonderful President Andrew Jackson. That's fake. He is not wonderful. He relocated all these Native Americans from Georgia and Florida to Oklahoma. Trail of Tears, many of them died. And the underlying cause of Manifest Destiny for all of this was nobody else deserves to be on our country. We are better than everyone else. It's flat out racism. Political causes of Manifest Destiny. America begins to grow westward. States had to decide if they wanted to be free or slave states. This becomes an underlying cause of the Civil War. People move to turn states free or slave, meaning people would move, if they're up north into free states, to territories and areas to make them have enough people to vote and make it a free state. Or the Southerners who believed in slavery would move to a territory to make it a slave state. The green is all free states. The orange is all slave states, and these were to be decided. And people would move into areas to create them the way they wanted. Some of the effects: Manifest Destiny, westward expansion, we got bigger. The United States got bigger. Native Americans and Mexicans lost their territory, and the United States is starting to become an emerging world power. We are more powerful. We have more land. We have more riches. We are ridiculously rich, and we become a power for this. And then the people that it affects. Manifest Destiny affects the lives of millions of people. During Manifest Destiny, thousands of miles of land become American. Some groups, Native Americans, Mexicans, British, Spanish, they lose their rights and they lose their land. While others, Americans, which is primarily Irish, British, German, are starting to get wealthier. Everyone's life is changing. Native Americans lose most of their land. We move them to remote reservations, a lot of times from in areas where they're nowhere near. It's not near their home. Some groups move to Canada. Other groups were relocated, like the Cherokees and Seminoles, to Oklahoma and other areas that had nothing to do with their homelands. And then the Europeans from many countries, mostly Irish, British, and Germans, come to America looking for work. Our country was built with a lot of Irish and Chinese immigrants. They built the trains. British and Germans were kind of more the wealthier. Irish and Chinese were looked down upon a lot of times. And they were the track layers who built America the way it was. They connected America. So what I'm going to leave you with, something I want you to do. I need you to respond on Schoology's discussion post. You need to answer the question by Wednesday, which is tomorrow, and respond to 2 other posts by Friday. Try to set you up a little bit like remote class, like you're going to see in college. When you respond to other people, you cannot say a good point or I agree. I want you to actually debate what they say. State what you agree with and what you disagree with. I want you to think. Use your brain. We talked about we are better. That is the underlying cause of Manifest Destiny. And I want to leave you with the question of how can Manifest Destiny be applied to what we are going through now? We're all supposed to be quarantined. We have stay-at-home orders. People are disobeying them. Think and make the connection. I want you to write a post, a couple sentences, 50, 100 words, however long it takes you. Be insightful. That needs posted by Wednesday. By Friday, you need to respond to 2 people. And don't just say, I agree, and give something. You can disagree. It's okay to disagree. During this time, if you need me for anything, I am online 1 to 2, Monday through Friday, on Google Chat and Google Meet. Password is, or the classroom is, O'Reilly Humanities. You can also email me at any point. Stay safe. I hope to see you guys soon. Hopefully we get to go back to school this year. Have a good day.